Welcome back to day 4 of the Josie Bra and Pants tutorial. Today we are going to focus on the pants, which should be super easy after yesterday. We're going to begin by pinning the lace overlays in place. So take pieces F and G, the front and back pants, grab your lace overlays, we've got I and J here, and then pin them along the side seam. Once they're pinned in place, we're going to zigzag down the scalloped edge of the lace. Same thing on both sides. Once we've done that, you can take your crotch piece, and if you have an overlocker, you can overlock the longest curve on this piece. If you don't have an overlocker, don't worry about it, we'll just carry on. We're going to take your front and back pant pieces, and with right sides together, we're going to line up the crotch seam, and then we're going to add in your crotch piece. So you've got 3 layers of fabric all lining up together. Definitely pop a couple of pins in to hold that in place. And then sew across with a 7mm seam allowance. Trim away your threads. Unfold what you've just sewn, and then you're going to flip up your crotch piece and then sew a straight stitch across here. Again, pop a couple of pins in if you want to keep it in place. Beautiful. Now we're going to fold the whole thing in half with right sides together, and we're going to line up the side seams. Making sure your lace is still sitting nice and flat and everything is sandwiched in between. If you have an overlocker, you could overlock this. I'm just going to straight stitch it. Because it's jersey, it won't fray. Look at that! You've basically made a pair of pants already. All you need to do now is add the elastic. Let's start by adding elastic to the waistband here. You can either use fold over elastic or plush elastic for this. I'm going to use fold over elastic. I like to start at one of the side seams, and I take my elastic, swap over to a zigzag stitch, and sew straight down the middle of the elastic all the way around. It's a good idea to leave a little bit of excess elastic overhanging at the beginning. You'll see why in a second. I'm just gently stretching it out as I sew. Keep going all the way around. Just before you get to where you started, do a little back stitch. Cut your thread, and then we need to join up these 2 pieces of elastic with a straight stitch. To do this, I simply make them right sides together and pull the pants out of the way and do a little straight stitch across. Trim all of my threads, cut a nice small seam allowance, and then you can finish off your zigzag stitching. Now that we've done that first line of stitching, we can fold it up and do a second line of zigzag stitching to secure it in place. You can see I'm gently pulling the jersey away from the elastic to give a really nice smooth finish. Now that we've sewn elastic onto the waistband, it's time to use exactly the same technique to sew elastic onto both of the leg openings. If you're adding lace to the leg openings as well, you would sandwich that in between the elastic and the lace. I'm going to take this off my sewing machine to give me a bit more space. And that is the Josie pants done and dusted. So we've got a perfect pair of matching pants to our bra, and they take no time at all to make. I hope you've loved coming on the Josie Bra Pants workshop with me over the last 4 days. It involves lots of different techniques to what you might be used to, so super well done with sticking with it. Make sure you hashtag the Josie Bra Pants on Instagram so that the rest of our sewing community can see what you've been making. And I really hope you join me on another workshop soon. Thanks again, take care.